Hi guys, it's me, Shanae Anise from She Loves Your Hair, and I am checking in for my first year anniversary for my Sisterloc slash Microloc slash whatever you want to call them. They are my DIY locks. So I'm going to give you all the rundown of the pros and cons of my lock journey so far, why I started it, and where I plan on going. So if you're interested, stay tuned. As you see, I have dyed my locks and they're still at a short length. I started very short. I started back in November of last year. So I don't know the exact date, but sometime in November I started last year. And so far I love them. I'm just having like a battle of it being short still because even in my natural hair journey before I started, I just kept cutting my hair off. I would have just these random moments of like waking up one morning like I need a change and just cutting it off for no reason really. So from time to time I would cut it, I would dye it, grow it out, cut it, dye it, and I've done this for about, I don't know, I'll say about 3 years off and on of growing my hair out, cutting it, growing my hair out, cutting it. Then I said, I'm going to grow it out without coloring it. Then I color it because I can't stand the in-between stage without a change. Like I need something to encourage me to make me feel like this is worth the journey here. This is worth going along with and staying in it for some time. And I mean, over quarantine, I definitely cut my hair because I had went from like blonde to burgundy to this red to this copper, and I just kept bleaching, dyeing it, bleaching, dyeing it. So over quarantine, I just cut my ends off, and I didn't have my tools with me. Again, I'm a hairstylist, so I didn't have everything with me. Everything was at the salon, so I just took like some kitchen shears or kitchen scissors and just cut it away. And then I didn't have my blow dryer, so it wasn't fully straight. So I probably cut some length I didn't need to get rid of. But anywho. So fast forward, I always wanted to lock my hair, but I always said like, oh, well, I'll wait until I have kids or until I don't have much time to do my hair. Then I'll do it. But then I'm a hairstylist, so I rarely ever have time to do my own hair. So over quarantine, I was like just seeing this influx of Sisterlocs, and I've experienced them before with clients already having them installed, but I never understood the process of them being installed. But it seemed like over quarantine, I just was seeing so many videos of people starting their Sisterlocs, these journeys, and I just fell in love with them. Last year, I decided to just do it. So I did it myself, and I'll put a video over here so you can kind of see where I started and how far I've come. But I dyed my hair again. I took all the black out. I had this red color. And again, because I didn't have the full products, because we were still kind of over quarantine and I couldn't get to my vendors in time before I spontaneously made this decision. So I dyed my hair. My roots were a bit lighter than they should have been, but I dyed it and then I started the process. So during that process, I just started with the 2-strand twist. Now, I didn't like that part because my hair was very porous, or if you will, it was already very soft because I had damaged it so much with the bleaching and things. And of course, as a hairstylist, I know how far my hair can go, and I know I pushed the envelope several times because of my spontaneity. However, I was aware that my hair wasn't at its best hold when it came to the thickness of holding those 2-strand twists for a long period of time. What I found out was that the 2-strand twist, when I wash it, and yes, I did the banding, and I have my own technique of getting to your scalp without having to like rough your hair up. And I'll make a video about that later on in life. But yeah, I was doing the banding and everything, but my hair was so soft. The 2-strand twist was just kept coming out, coming to loose. So what I did was I ended up installing it, the full thing with 2-strand twists. Again, I'll put the link here. I did the full thing with 2-strand twists, and then after maybe 2 or 3 weeks of constantly having to go back in to retwist them, go back in, redo this one, I just like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and interlock each and every one of them. I basically had two starting points, and for those who have done your own locks or even gotten them done, to restart them after it already took me like 2 weeks to install them originally was a journey in itself. So I had to redo it all over again, which that happened maybe towards the end of December, January, early January, where I just started to interlock them. So after my interlocking process, I was good to go. It wasn't many that came loose except for like the edges, and I already have very fine edges. So I was seeing people say, you know, that they had to combine some and do things of that nature. And I was also concerned about that too, because in my nape, when I give you like the full 360 version of what my hair looks like now, I had to take out a lot of those and reset them and make them larger, because after a few months, like May, June, I was realizing those weren't getting thicker and they felt very small, and I just didn't like that. I would say one of the pros that I'm definitely loving is just the versatility. I'm having fun with them. I've colored them so many times, guys. Yeah, I've colored them a lot. But usually I stay within the same family, like the reds and browns, so they're easier to transition. I haven't done any funky colors. I don't think I'm that girl anymore, so I think I'm stay on the more boring side of color, which is just my browns and such, and go from there. But one thing I did notice is that as I've bleached them, I don't remember how many times I've had to bleach it. I think I've just done like a color oops or a color remover to remove the tone, and then, you know, I would put another different tone back in. But even then, that still adds to the harshness of already coloring my hair black before I started, then bleaching it. So I still have a lot of those ends of the effect of coloring black. I even colored my Sisterlocs black and then took it back out, and I'm back at this point. One thing I've noticed is that they don't feel as thick. Right now I'm looking in my mirror if you see me looking past the camera, but they don't feel as thick on the ends. And I've been nervous about that. So what I'm going to do, my new journey now, is to grow my color out and see if there's actual, you know, a science behind them getting thinner, or will it get thicker? I want to see what it feels like in my natural texture, and go from there and see how they respond. But I can tell like some of them are like, you see, they've been breaking off a little bit with these little bulbs. And that's one thing I don't like, because I'm like, wow, if an inch keep breaking off, then I'm never going to get to the length I need to get to, right? I would say that would be definitely a con. If you are picky about like how you feel with your texture, I would say not to color it, or at least not to don't bleach it. Like, try to find alternatives of color that you would like maybe getting a permanent color that is bright enough for you, or or stick to colors that you can stay within a healthy range in your hair texture and not having to bleach it. Because I believe, because of the Sisterlocs are still very small, your hair is still isolated in a sense, meaning it can take on the impact of the bleach more than if your locks were much thicker. You know, you have enough strands in one lock that can take on the brunt of bleaching it often. But because some of our ends are still out and things like that, it really will take it on as if your hair was just in a natural fro, and then you're bleaching it, and it still will take on the brunt of that bleach. So I think that was one of the biggest things that I struggle with now, I think, is just the variation in size. And after I've done research, it's like some of them, when I went back to interlock them, I didn't interlock all of them. Some of them, if I felt like they were a good size, I just left it as a 2-strand twist, especially in this area, because my hair was already thick enough. So I just left them in the 2-strand twist and, you know, did it from there. And I remember doing like this entire side is interlock, And then this side I left as 2-strand twist. So I feel like this side is now shorter than this side. And this side is a little thicker than this side because I didn't balance it out. So I think that's where I get frustrated about my own locks. I'm sure if I would have gone to a professional, I wouldn't have this problem. I know. However, I know I did that to myself. So, but I think it's a livable disaster, if you will. I think it's livable. I just get a bit fussy about it where I'm like, oh, I want to take it out and do it over. And trust me, give me enough time, I would do it, but I'm not going to do it. I keep telling myself, don't start over, stick it out. It'll be all right. So another thing that I did, again, a disaster I created on my own, is cutting my hair over quarantine. So I don't like that it's all different lengths. But when I see a lot of women and those with Sisterlocs, it doesn't look so bad. You know, I think I see it more, again, I'm looking in my mirror. I see it more because, you know, it's short, and I could definitely tell where I cut my own hair too short up here, because it's like this shelf of short hair, and then it's kind of long, and then my nape area is short because I had to redo these. I had to reset a lot of those because it just was not doing what I needed to do. And on top of that, I did start from a tapered place in a sense. My hair was slightly shorter around the sides and a little bit longer at the top. So what I called myself doing was trying to balance it out as much as I can. But again, when you're taking your own, you know, scissors and just trying to hold it at angles that you can't do, like, you just can't do it. It creates different lengths in your hair. So it's not too bad, but I definitely feel like all of this is so thick, and then these feel so thin. It feels so thin. And partly because that's my density too. As I said, my hairline in this area is fine in itself. So, and all of this up here is just dense. Like, all of this is dense. This is a little finer, and my nape is finer. So those are the areas where I feel the difference in the thickness of my locks. Overall, I'm excited to see what this next year is going to bring. I'm excited to see the length. I can't wait till I finally get my hair past my shoulders. Because, again, due to just these moments of spontaneity, I would just cut my hair off and not give it a chance to grow to long lengths. Even though I have the potential to grow my hair like really long, I never allowed myself to grow it after I found out how to really take care of my hair the proper way, instead of like it being dry, brittle, and it was breaking off. When I finally learned how to take care of my hair was growing. When I first started working in the salon about 4 years ago, my hair was really just thriving. And that's one thing I feel like I might regret, is that, when my hair gets long in Sisterlocs, I'm like, Shanae, you should have gave yourself a chance to grow your hair out in an afro and like play with it in that sense. In all honesty, like, I never did much with my natural hair. I just would put in Bantu knots. I did not like my hair straightened. I don't think straight hair fits me personally, so I didn't really care to get my hair straightened as much, but I would have loved to see it like straight and long and its natural texture. I do miss the volume of it all, like having big hair. But I am going to try out a style this weekend. I'm going to try the pipe cleaner curls and see if that'll give me like a nice little cute little fro. And then we'll go from there. If you enjoyed this video, if you want and you're interested, stay tuned, because I'm going to link all the different hairstyles I've done with my locks and show you videos and pictures of it, and hopefully it will encourage your journey as well. And I'm gonna represent for now for the short lock women out there, because I could not find many videos of women doing different things with their hair when their locks were short. It's like, come on guys, I need some encouragement to get past this stage, because I don't want to cut it, but I'm almost there. I'm almost there. But anyway, guys, just stay tuned. I'm gonna add some more videos and clips after this. Hi guys, I want to thank you so much for staying tuned with me as I share my 1 year anniversary for my lock journey. I'll be posting much more videos, and you can also follow me on my hair page at She Loves Your Hair on Instagram, as I will put up personal photos but also pictures and videos of my clients here as well. I am located in New York City, so if you are interested in booking me as your new hairstylist, please feel free to either message me via my Instagram page or simply book using the booking link in the description box below and on my Instagram page. So thank you guys again so much. As you know, she loves your hair, and I gotta go. See you next time.